To be or not to be? That is the question.
Laddie Emmerua playing Hamlet in Eisenach, Denmark, where Shakespeare set his story about a mixed-up Danish prince.
Or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them.
It is the 293rd performance this troupe of players from London's Globe Theatre has given in a record-breaking 197-country world tour. There are 12 actors in the Globe-Trotting ensemble.
One of the most moving audience reactions I've ever had was in Kosovo, actually. And when Hamlet has a speech and he asks the audience, "Am I a coward?" There was sort of pin-drop silence, apart from one solitary voice right at the back of the theatre who shouted, "Yes!" And that sort of takes you aback. But it's brilliant because it's sort of exactly what you want in those moments, is some direct communication.
The actors have performed on stages and beaches, in castles and refugee camps.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very, very warm welcome to the Globe to Globe World Tour production of Hamlet. We are now entering our second year of this epic tour to every country in the world. And now here we are in our 96th country, 96.
Wherever they went, the actors found the play's themes resonated with their time and place.
We also played in Kiev on the eve of their presidential election, with Poroshenko in the front row. And again, we'd spent the day before being given a tour around Maidan Square, and so we knew we were there at a very potentially, a very historic time for them in their modern history. And so, one, we felt incredibly privileged, but two, when all of the stuff about regime change and Fortinbras comes marching through Poland, and it suddenly felt like, it's very, it can never be more precisely resonant.
Miranda Foster, who plays Gertrude, was frequently surprised by the range of audience reactions she experienced.
When we were in the Caribbean, and she's about to drink the poisoned wine, somebody said, "No!" and shouted for me not to do it. Somebody in another audience in the Caribbean said, "That's no way to treat your mother," when he started throwing me around in the closet scene.
There were no such interventions in Eisenach, where the play is not only well known, but in a way belongs to the Danes as much as it does to the British.
The Hamlet character, he's a kind of icon of modern man because he invents this new mindset of freeing the individual. So it's a very powerful and very strong icon because Hamlet is a young man fighting for himself and wants to liberate himself to be who he is.
Oh, this too solid flesh would melt.
There were a handful of countries where the actors were unable to deliver their famous lines, such as Syria. They couldn't go there due to security reasons, and North Korea, well, where they weren't welcome. But the company, the Globe says, was the first to include male and female actors performing together on stage in Saudi Arabia. Will Gompertz, BBC News.